Imagine pedaling your way through the city, weaving between traffic, while carrying a piece of home with you. Not just a sleeping bag or a tent, but an entire camper. Yes, you heard that right, your personal, mobile camper, complete with enough room to sleep, store your essentials, and shelter you from the elements. Enter Kevin Cyr's Camper Tricycle, an extraordinary blend of art, innovation, and functionality that redefines the concept of mobile living. Kevin Cyr is not your average artist or designer. He's someone who looks at ordinary objects and finds extraordinary possibilities. Born in 1976, Cyr grew up fascinated by vehicles, mechanics, and the way objects intersect with human lives. Over the years, his work has explored the relationship between mobility, space, and survival in urban environments. But among his many creations, the Camper Tricycle stands out as a bold statement, a piece of functional art that challenges conventional notions of mobility and shelter. The Camper Tricycle is a human-powered, three-wheeled vehicle with a camper shell mounted on the back. At first glance, it may look whimsical, even a bit eccentric, but beneath its quirky exterior lies a deeply thoughtful design. Cyr's creation is not just an exercise in artistic expression, it's a commentary on modern living, sustainability, and adaptability. The tricycle is compact, self-contained, and mobily a tiny home on wheels that doesn't rely on fossil fuels or expensive technology. Picture a tricycle that feels like it belongs in a dream. The front half is a sturdy pedal-powered vehicle, reminiscent of the cargo trikes you might see in bustling urban centers. But it's the back half that steals the show, a cozy camper shell, complete with a curved roof and tiny windows. It looks like a miniature RV, but instead of being hitched to a car, it's hitched to your legs. The camper is carefully designed to fit one person, with just enough space to lie down, store a few belongings, and perhaps escape from the noise of the outside world. The Camper Tricycle is more than just a quirky design, it's a thoughtful response to contemporary challenges. In an age where housing costs are skyrocketing, urban spaces are becoming increasingly crowded, and environmental concerns are pressing, Cyr's creation feels like a breath of fresh air. It invites us to think differently about how we live, move, and interact with our surroundings. Imagine using this tricycle to travel cross-country, or as a refuge during a spontaneous weekend getaway. It's the epitome of minimalist living, condensed into a vehicle you can park almost anywhere. But what's it like to actually use the Camper Tricycle? According to Cyr, the experience is as unique as the design itself. Pedaling the tricycle takes effort, of course, especially with the added weight of the camper shell. But that effort is part of the charm. It slows you down, encouraging you to take in your surroundings and appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. Unlike driving a car or riding a motorbike, using the Camper Tricycle makes you feel connected to the environment. You're not just passing through the world, you're part of it. Inside the camper, the vibe is cozy and personal. The space is minimalist but functional, designed to make the most of every inch. It's the kind of place where you could hunker down during a sudden rainstorm, read a book, or take a nap after a long ride. The materials are simple but sturdy, reflecting Cyr's focus on practicality and durability. There's no luxury here, but that's precisely the point. The Camper Tricycle is about stripping life down to its essentials and finding joy in simplicity. What's particularly fascinating about the Camper Tricycle is how it bridges the gap between art and utility. Cyr is first and foremost an artist, and the Camper Tricycle is undeniably a piece of art. Its design is eye-catching, whimsical, and thought-provoking, a conversation starter wherever it goes. But it's also fully functional, blurring the line between sculpture and product. Cyr has managed to create something that is both beautiful and practical, a rare feat in a world where design often prioritizes one over the other. The Camper Tricycle also taps into a broader cultural trend, the growing interest in tiny homes, off-grid living, and sustainable lifestyles. As more people question the traditional model of owning a large, fixed home, alternatives like the Camper Tricycle become increasingly appealing. It's not just a novelty, it's a prototype for a different way of living, a one that values mobility, adaptability, and a smaller environmental footprint. Cyr's creation invites us to imagine a future where our homes are as flexible as our lives, where we can pack up and move at a moment's notice without sacrificing comfort or security. Kevin Cyr's work is deeply influenced by his observations of the world around him. He's fascinated by the way people adapt to their environments, especially in urban settings. The Camper Tricycle reflects this fascination, drawing inspiration from the resourcefulness of those who live on the fringes of society. It's a nod to the ingenuity of individuals who create shelter and mobility out of necessity, using whatever materials are at hand. In this sense, the Camper Tricycle is not just a design project, it's a tribute to human creativity and resilience. One of the most compelling aspects of the Camper Tricycle is its universality. It's a vehicle, a home, and a piece of art, but it's also a platform for storytelling. Each time someone uses it, they create their own narrative, whether it's a tale of adventure, a story of survival, or simply a quiet moment of solitude. The tricycle becomes a character in these stories, a companion on the road, and a symbol of freedom and self-reliance. While the Camper Tricycle is undoubtedly unique, it also raises important questions. Could this concept be scaled up or adapted for broader use? What would it take to make a fleet of camper tricycles available to urban dwellers, travelers, or even those experiencing homelessness? Cyr's creation sparks these kinds of discussions, encouraging us to think critically about how we design for the future. It's a small object with big implications, challenging us to rethink the way we approach housing, transportation, and sustainability. Of course, the Camper Tricycle isn't without its challenges. Pedaling a tricycle with a camper attached is no small feat, especially on steep hills or rough terrain. The compact design means there's limited space, which may not be suitable for everyone. And while it's an excellent solution for short-term or occasional use, it may not meet the needs of those looking for a permanent home. But these limitations are part of what makes the Camper Tricycle so fascinating. It's not trying to be everything for everyone. Instead, it's a bold experiment, a prototype that pushes boundaries and invites innovation. Kevin Cyr's Camper Tricycle is a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary ideas come from the simplest of concepts. By combining a tricycle with a camper shell, Cyr has created something that is both playful and profound. It's a vehicle that makes you smile, a shelter that makes you think, and a work of art that makes you dream. Whether you see it as a practical solution, a piece of social commentary, or simply a whimsical creation, there's no denying the impact of Cyr's vision. In a world where we're often encouraged to consume more, own more, and move faster, the Camper Tricycle offers a refreshing alternative. It's an invitation to slow down, live simply, and embrace the freedom of mobility. It challenges us to rethink our relationship with space, transportation, and the environment, reminding us that innovation doesn't always have to be high-tech or expensive. Sometimes, it's as simple as pedaling your way to a better future. So, the next time you find yourself stuck in traffic or dreaming of a quick escape, imagine hopping onto Kevin Cyr's Camper Tricycle. Picture yourself pedaling through the city or along a quiet country road, carrying your little slice of home wherever you go. It's a vision of life that's as inspiring as it is unconventional, a reminder that sometimes, The best way forward is to pedal your way there.